Howdy soldiers, welcome back to Simon of Fortune, where today we're going to be taking a long-awaited look at my entire collection, which resides in this closet. Now, before we begin, I just want to say thank you all for 100 subscribers. That's the whole reason I'm doing this. At the time of me filming, I'm actually sitting around 160, so thank you all so much for that. And I also just want to say there's a couple uniforms in here. There's a set of dress blues and a set of OCPs. Those were issued to me. I was briefly in the Army. I don't care to elaborate on that anymore. If you want to know more, there's some information in my Discord. So, sorry, but just keep that in mind. All right, so I guess we shall get on with it. The grand reveal. My closet of well-placed money, as I'm sure my wife will agree. So I think first we're going to take a look at the uniforms, and then take a look at the stuff up here. We got some footwear, some helmets, and I got a whole tub full of gear here. So I guess let's get on with the show. Alright, so first up we have this World War II enlisted service uniform. This is the 1939 pattern with the pleated back for better range of motion. Right now I have some Air Corps insignia, sergeant chevrons. All this came on the jacket, and then I put this 8th Air Force patch and these collar discs on. And inside here is at the front flannel shirt and wool trousers, but the coat itself is original. Next up we have this M41 field jacket. This is a reproduction from At the Front, and this is one of my absolute favorite things in my collection. I wear it almost every day. I love the color, love the way it fits. Right now the only thing I have on here is a 1st Infantry patch, but I'm thinking about changing it out to the 29th Infantry. Next up we have this reproduction M43 field jacket, also from At the Front. I will say I'm a little disappointed with this one. This is a 44 long. That's what I wear, but the sleeves are just a little too short for me, and it's kind of stiff overall. Like the cotton is really thick on it, but I mean it looks really good, so I'll give it that. But I have sergeant chevrons on here as well, name tape, and a 101st Airborne patch. Next up we have this summer service uniform with a 10th Mountain Infantry patch on it. This one, it doesn't hold any certain special significance for me. It was just a good deal, but it fits and I really like it. I think the summer service uniforms are kind of underrated. They get overshadowed by the pinks and greens, but I think this is a great looking uniform for any time of year, honestly. Alright, next up we have this abomination. This is a reproduction officer's uniform from Cape Canvas on a Soldier of Fortune, but I tailored it down to an Ike jacket because I didn't like how it fit in the first place, and I was just screwing around one weekend. It's all hand sewn, so it looks like crap, but it actually fits pretty alright. I'll have to wear it for one of the videos these days, but I just have I have General Officer insignia on here, no shoulder patch, but yeah, kind of sucks. And also a pair of reproduction riding trousers, jodhpurs I think they're called, in the pink shade by What Price Glory. Next up is another summer service uniform. This is the first of 2 uniforms I have representing Captain/Major Glenn Miller. If you're into 1940s stuff, which if you watch this channel there's a good chance, I'm sure you know who Glenn Miller is, but I have this replica of his uniform, Air Corps insignia, captain's bars, and training command distinctive unit insignia, and also a felt Army Air Forces patch. That actually came on the jacket, I didn't do that. And here is the winter version of his uniform, this time with Major insignia and Supreme Headquarters Allied Expeditionary Force. This is certainly a favorite of mine, and I know it's a fan favorite as well. But this is actually a Korean era coat and reproduction shirt, tie, and pants from K Canvas. This is the first of 3 M51 field jackets I'm about to show you. This one is, I believe, from 1962. I used to wear this every day. Actually started wearing it around the time me and Mrs. Fortune started dating. But I used to have my name tape and everything on here, but I've since removed all that. I don't really wear this one anymore. Another M51 jacket here. I actually bought this one. I was planning to do a Elvis Halloween costume. More on that later. But this used to say Presley. At the time I ordered 3 name tapes, one with my name, one with Mrs. Fortune's now maiden name, and Presley. This has Mrs. Fortune's maiden name on it, that's why I got it blocked out. I don't know if that needs to be common knowledge or not. But the black and gold U.S. Army name tape, no shoulder patch anymore. And I also have this HBT shirt, Korea, maybe early Vietnam era HBT shirt. Overall, it's a pretty alright jacket. I wear my M65 more, so I don't really wear this one either. And this is the last M51 I have in my collection. This coat and shirt belonged to my grandfather, Corporal Thomas Brown, who this uniform is modeled after, and what you'll see next. But frankly, this is the worst condition one I have, but I didn't buy it. It was given to me. But this is one of my absolute favorite field jackets in my collection. I don't wear it. I just like having it. No insignia. This HBT shirt in here is also my grandpa's. Next up, as previously mentioned, is my grandpa's dress uniform. What I'm wearing is supposed to be a copy of that, same awards, insignia, and everything. But his insignia are sewn on and mine are just pins. And also this MP brassard right here is his original one from when he was in the 529th MP Honor Guard. The khaki shirt and tie, lanyard and cord I bought for it, but the jacket and the brassard are all original. This one right here is just an M40 or M50 Ike jacket with private insignia. Nothing really remarkable about this. It's just a dress jacket I have in my collection. As mentioned earlier, I went as Elvis for Halloween last year. I ended up going with his dress uniform instead of his field jacket. I've got his awards, all his insignia, and everything on here. It's a complete AG-44 uniform, and this is actually one of the first AG-44 uniform, well, one of the first uniforms I bought for myself, period. It's had all kinds of insignia and different patches on it over the years, but this is one of the first uniforms I ever bought for myself, so it holds a special place in my heart. Next up is this Vietnam era infantry captain's uniform. I got this at the same place I got this, but not the same time. I don't know who this, actually I do, the name's in the coat. Let me look. Okay, so this uniform belonged to J.L. Will. I don't know what unit he was with, but the date on the tailor's tag is May 21st, 1957. So this predates Vietnam by a few years. If anyone wants to do any research on that guy, be my guest, but I don't have time for that. Next up is this M81 BDU shirt. Once belonged to an officer. I believe that's 35th Division. This is just another vendor mall find. It has an armored insignia and the shoulder patch. That's just about it. I don't have pants to go with this thing. Next up is a more modern Air Force dress uniform, 3 buttons. I bought this just online. I had plans for it initially, but they just fell through. I never did them. But I found this shirt at Goodwill, and I've had the pants that go with it for quite a while as well. Next up is one of my uniforms, ASUs with the private insignia, Transportation Corps collar discs, and a National Defense Service Medal, since I served back in 2020 when the Great War on Terror was still on. But I don't have the pants to go with it anymore, and the shirt's been lost to time as well since it's just a white dress shirt. But yeah, this coat is pretty comfortable. Give it that. Next up is my OCP uniform. It's got my name tags rank. I took the shoulder patches off of it just now because whatever. But yeah, it's a pretty solid uniform. I don't wear this anymore. It just sits in the closet all day. This one's an interesting one. It's the only foreign uniform I have. I believe it's Swiss. But my sister and her boyfriend, they were out shopping and they saw this, so they got it for me. Like I said, I think it's Swiss, and it says U.S. Staff and Brown, which just happens to be my last name. Next up is an interesting one. This is a Korean War era overcoat. This came out when they first introduced the AG-44 uniforms, like the Elvis one. These were originally the overcoat before they changed it to the AG-44 shade. But this, I believe it's called Drab Shade 231, if I remember right. But it's pretty much identical to the officer's pink shade. But this is a good little overcoat. I bet I put it on for you. Alright, so this is what the overcoat looks like when it's worn. It's very warm, very comfortable. This will keep you cold in the winter, that's for sure. However, it's not cold in my dwelling right now, so I should probably go ahead and take this off. And lastly, we have yet another overcoat. This is the Olive Drab 7 overcoat. I believe it's patterned in 1944, but this one was used in the Korean War, and it's just about as comfortable as this other one, if not a little less stylish. There's also a Korean War OG 108 shirt in here, dark wool shirt, very heavy, very warm. Alright, now that we got the uniforms out of the way, just a couple that I didn't show you. Well, really just one. My M65 uniform is currently out in my truck. My M65 field jacket, that is. So I guess now we'll move on to the helmets. I know a lot of you guys like these. So first up we have World War II front seam. This is a McCord with the liner. I believe the heat stamp is 615A, if I remember right. Mid-war, October 43, something like that. I filmed the restoration of this. If you want more details, go look at that. Next up is this little beauty that I actually just got yesterday when I'm filming this video. This is another front seam McCord, heat stamp 212A, so that puts this around mid-1942. I haven't really done anything. I took the bales off, but I have plans for this helmet. I don't really want to I don't want to say too much. I'll just let you jump to your own conclusions. Next up is my MP helmet. This is a rear seam Schluter. I believe the heat stamp is 487A. It's currently painted in Korea spec, olive drab 319 with sand texture. It has swivel bales, Korean aero liner, micarta 53. This is supposed to be like my grandpa's helmet because the liner is painted up gloss with the U.S. Army Europe shield. This is just like what he would have worn. I have pictures of him wearing a helmet like that. I don't have a video on this one. I restored this before I even started making videos for this channel. Next up, Korea. Another Korea M1, but this one's Korea for real. It's a McCord. Heat stamp is M231A, if I remember right. I've been working on restoring this one. This liner just came with the front seam I got yesterday. It needs work. You haven't seen this one yet in a video, but coming up pretty soon. It'll be one of the first videos of 2024. Should be. Next up, I know you've seen this one. If you haven't, go watch that video. But I just finished restoring this Vietnam helmet. It's got a Mitchell cover, private insignia. Still got that UCP band on there. But this time, I have a bunch of graffiti on it, as well as MRE matches, P51 can opener, and a lighter. Some of my favorite graffiti says, "On nuts, too tall to shoot short, and praise the Lord, and pass the ammunition." There's more on here, but I have other things to show in this video. I also finally got the neckband for it. But this was the subject of its own video. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. And if you have seen it, go and watch it again. Last up is this 80s era M1 helmet. This is an Ingersoll. The heat stamp is I2463 or 12463, but either way it's an Ingersoll. I haven't done a video on this one because I've had this long before I started making videos for this channel. This is the second M1 I ever got. The first one was the MP helmet, but I got it in unissued condition. It's got a bunch of sand on it. I like this helmet, but I don't have anything to go with it right now. But soon enough I'm going to be getting a cover and everything, so this will be complete. Last up on the helmets is something different. This is a M1917. This was given to me as a gift by my aunt. She said it was my great-grandfather's from World War I. I don't believe her. There's no heat stamp at all on here. But I restored this with my fiance, at the time fiance. But I restored this at the same time as the MP helmet. It's got reproduction liner that kind of sucks in there. But whatever, it's complete. I also have a couple extra liners. First off is this crappy plastic Miltech liner. It's cracked, it's damaged, it's terrible, but I have plans for this. You'll be seeing this again. Next up is the paratrooper liner that came with my Korea helmet. You've seen that unboxing, the Honeymoon Finds. I'll be restoring this eventually, but it's really not a priority right now. And last up is this liner. It used to be a navy liner, it used to be red, but it's more or less complete on the inside. This is just a 74 Marmac liner. It doesn't fit terribly in my helmets, but it doesn't fit well. But this is the first real helmet liner I got after that Miltech failure for the MP helmet. Next up, I got a couple pieces of footwear to take a look at. A lot of these are in really rough shape, so forgive me. But these are a pair of black standard boots. I believe these are from 1980, and they're 12 extra wide. I didn't know that was a thing, but these were like $10. Next up is this pair of M1948 combat boots. These aren't World War II jump boots. These are M1948s. They go with my grandpa's uniform. I'm going to be retiring these soon. I'm going to get a pair of jump boots to replace them. But these have 11 eyelets instead of 12 like on the jump boots. But nobody makes a reproduction of these anymore, sadly. So if you know someone who's in a position to make reproductions of these, please tell them I want some. Next up is this pair of AGSU shoes. These are the current issue by the Army. But these are a really good pair of shoes, and they go great with the World War II Korea uniforms. I actually bought these for my wedding, but these are really comfortable. If you need a pair of brown dress shoes, go on Marlowe White, not a sponsor. Go on Marlowe White, get you a pair of these. They're really comfortable. And lastly is this pair of really glossy black dress shoes. These go with my Army Blues ASU. They're comfortable, I guess. Really shiny, but they're fine. Alright, next up I've got some uniform headgear to show you. First is this AG-44 enlisted service cap. This goes with my Elvis uniform. Just a ordinary Army cap. Same thing, but with an infantry badge, and this one doesn't fit me. But I got this in a lot of stuff, most of which I've gotten rid of since, but I kept this hat. It's named. It's named to an A Miller with a serial number inside there. That might be worth a research opportunity too. Keeping with the theme, this is a field grade officer cap. I don't remember how much this was. This was like $15. Something that seemed pretty low for what it is, but it's pretty cool. It's a slightly different shade than the enlisted cap. I believe the shade is like, I think it's 244 instead of just 44. But it's pretty cool. It's got the gold chin strap, bullion, what are they called? Scrambled eggs. And then this last one's kind of a mutt. This is an officer cap with an officer strap, but enlisted cap badge. This is another cheap find. Oh jeez, it's all falling apart and crappy. But this was like $7. I've had this for years as well too. Moving back to World War II, this is an enlisted service cap. I think this one's too small for me, but this one's still pretty alright. It's also in pretty rough shape. This one is in a lot better shape, but this one has the unique problem of being a little too big for me. I couldn't find this in a 7.5. I could only find the 7 5/8, and it was a pretty good price. I think it was pretty cheap too, but this is in great shape. I can still wear it. Korean War era Ridgeway cap, coffee can hat, Castro hat, whatever you want to call it. This one's too small for me. I wanted to get, this is the reason why I couldn't do the Elvis. This and this I didn't have in time. This is too small, this is also too small, but they were both very cheap. This is a Woodland patrol cap. This goes with the Woodland BDU. And then here is my patrol cap, OCP, private rank, blah blah blah. There's one more I need to show you, but I don't know where it is. Alright, here it is. Another fan favorite, officer's crusher cap. This is post World War II. Had an enlisted badge when I first got it, but it's very comfortable, fits, and this was, for what it is, pretty cheap too. I think it was $45. I've replaced the bill, or the brim, whatever it's called, and the officer's cap badge is also not original to it. I think this is actually the one off that Vietnam mutt cap I showed you. Here's something a little different. This is a Korean War era jerry can. This is a restoration candidate, but it's got a bunch of crap inside. You'll be seeing this again in a future video, but I don't know when. This box was my grandpa's. It's a green OD box. It says US. I think it had a cleaning kit in it at one point, but this is where I keep all my insignia, dog tags, spare cap badges, ribbons, just stuff like that. I don't really have time to show you all that today, but maybe some other day. I also have this backpack here, which is full of Garrison caps, but I'll show you a few of my favorites, but I don't have time to show all of them to you today. Forgive the wardrobe change. I forgot to film me going through this, and honestly I don't feel like putting on another uniform, so sorry for not being in uniform. But this is my gear bucket full of all kinds of crap. Up first is a Regal 1966 mess kit. It's in very good condition. I've had it for a long time. Next is this bag. I don't know exactly what it's for. It says BG175 on it. I think that's this is like a signal corps bag for some kind of parts. Up next is another mess kit, AGM Co. from 1945. This is pretty much identical to this one in just about every respect. Maybe the rivets are different, but overall they're pretty much the same thing. Next up, M1928 pack tail. This is original. I don't have a shelter half yet, so I don't have a reason to use this. Up next is this reproduction M1928 haversack. It's being the way that it is because it's a M1928. It's got this tag. It says O-liter on it. I don't know, but I need to cut that off. But this was pretty cheap. It was 20 bucks. And then you've seen this one before. M1943 E-tool dated 1944 and a OD3 cover. Here's another M1943 E-tool with an original cover dated Tulsa Canvas 1944. This one's a reproduction one that actually came with the cover. I didn't want the shovel, I just wanted the cover. But it was a pretty good deal, so went for it. Next we have this. I thought this was a field telephone, but I think since I found out it's some kind of railroad item, but I'm into trains, so I mean that's still pretty cool. I don't know how old it is, but definitely pretty cool. Right, now we got a real mess down here. Gas mask bag, mask, chemical, biological, field, M17A1. I don't know when this is from. It doesn't have a date on it. I'd guess this is NOM-era. Another gas mask bag, US Field Protective Mask M9A1. This also doesn't have a date on it, but I think it might be World War II. If not, it's definitely Korea. It's got the old Signal Corps emblem on there. I've had this for a really long time. Alice first aid pack. Yeah, case, field, first aid, dressing, unmounted, or magnetic compass, M1956. This doesn't have a date on it, just like an NSN, but pretty cool little pouch. I've had that for a while too. Here's just a standard GI flashlight. It's plastic, NX911U, just a flashlight. MP baton holder. This is, I think it says 1953 or 54. It's black leather, not brown, so I can't really use it for my purposes, but I've had it for a while. A pair of M1938 leggings. They're not in my size, but they are original. Here is a plastic canteen with, let's see, covered canteen, dismounted M1910. I don't know when exactly this is from. It's hard to make out the date. It kind of looks like it says 57, but I don't know. It's olive drab 3, that's for sure. Next we have this pistol belt. It's broken and it's not original either. But I got this from my grandpa. I think he used it to go hunting or something. Here's a reproduction black pistol with a newer belt, LC1 belt, medium. But yeah, I've had these for quite a while as well. So this is a reproduction M1936 belt. It's got mag pouch and this holster that I modified with a lift the dot fastener. Just like I have pictures of my grandpa in Germany, he had one like this, so that's why I did that modification. And then in here is just it's a really cheap M1911 airsoft thing. It doesn't even work anymore. I think it was like $10. Now here's a really cool treat. This is my grandpa's M1917 bolo knife. It says US model 1917 and it's dated Plum, Philadelphia, 1918. So this is, let's see, 106 years old. Isn't that crazy? And the scabbard is original, but the cover is not. I put that on myself. And my grandpa had TB written on his, so I wrote it on here as well. Here's a spare set of post-Vietnam M1 helmet chin straps I have. I have another one laying on my bed over there. Not important. Here's a reproduction belt hanger, just black leather from World War Supply. It's alright. This is an original Alice M16A1 mag pouch. It's got a couple places on the sides to hold a grenade with. Pretty cool. Here is a reproduction canteen cover with an original canteen and cup in here. I don't feel like pulling it out, but it's original canteen and cup. I believe they're dated 1943. M1 carbine pouch. You would see these on the buttstocks a lot, but these were intended to go on a pistol belt. I don't have any magazines in here, but this was also my grandpa's DM Schuco 1943 olive drab number 7. Pretty cool. But my grandpa had an M1 carbine that he stored his magazines in here with, and I just so happen to have that M1 carbine right here. I have a buttstock pouch on here from at the front. It doesn't have the snap and it's a little bigger, so it's easier to get on. But I do have magazines in there, and I also got a reproduction muzzle cover from them. But this is a 60s Universal M1 carbine. It's got the metal handguard. I would like to put a wooden one on here just so it has the World War II kind of look. But this is pretty fun to shoot. I really like it. And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about this. Here are a couple of holster hangers from a MP belt rig, which these are original. This one's Vietnam era. This one, I think it's from, yeah, this one's dated 47, but the leather's been dyed black. I need a brown one. I plan on ordering a reproduction from What Price Glory sometime in the near future. And then here is a black Garrison belt, duty belt, whatever you want to call it. I think this is just a crappy Rothko one, like the back's coming off of it or whatever. I don't really care all that much. This is pretty cheap. And like all together I have a complete black set of these, but I need a brown one. And lastly is this, I think it's a machete holder. It says, oh, bayonet. Frog bayonet, 1990. This is from Gulf War era. which I guess would make this the only thing around the Gulf War that I actually have. So that's my gearbox for you. I guess I'll take it over to me to finish this video off. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you again for 100 subscribers. As of the making of this video, we're up to about 165, 170. But just thank you all so much for the support this past year, past half a year really. I'm surprised that I even got 100 subscribers, and I'm even more surprised I got more than 100 subscribers. So I'm looking forward to making more videos for you guys in the next year. More restoration projects, hopefully more uniform projects, other things, unboxings. I just want to do everything. Show of shows, I'm planning on going to show of shows. I don't know 100% yet, but if I am, I'd definitely like to see some of you guys there. And yeah, I guess for next year, we're going to set our sights on, let's see if we can do 300 subscribers. Let's see if we can double the amount of subscribers I've got in the last 6 months. And I know it's probably just way up there, but I just, let's try, And I'm really looking to increase my production quality. Right now I'm filming on my phone. I want to get an actual camera, good tripod, better lighting and everything. And I'm just really excited for what this next year brings, and what other content I can make for you, and other restorations and things like that. So thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your night, soldiers, a great rest of your year, and let's hope that this next year brings us some great videos, some great community, and I'm just really excited for it. So thank you all so much, and have a great night.